This is the gate to the residence of Robert Kyagulanyi, the former NUP presidential candidate. It's been under tight protection from security operatives from the army and police ever since the elections were concluded on the 15th of January 2026.
He knows me. 3 minutes.
It's okay.
If you have not disappeared from here, I will move you by force.
It's okay. We as NTV managed to reach at this very place on the 16th. That is the day after the elections took place. We were chased away by the security. Police told us to leave. And ever since that time, they put a barricade just a few meters away from this very gate. And anybody to access this very area or to pass through, you had to be either a resident, but nobody was allowed to drive through and enter or access Robert Kyagulanyi's residence. When you look up, you see that the cables or the electric wires that connect or power the very residence, they were cut. And thus we've been informed that since that time when security took over this residence, they have been having no access to electricity, and thus they have been operating on solar. You recall very well, around the 23rd of January, the security operatives broke into the home or the house of Robert Kyagulanyi. At that very time, his wife, Babi, was inside. And a lot happened, and of course, several things were taken away, including the CCTV footage, the DVR. We were told that it was also picked. And since that time, we've been informed that CCTV cameras have not been operating because they have no DVR where they are supposed to be storing whatever they capture. And we've been informed that the deployment, they began with about 40 policemen. Later, about 50 UPDF soldiers came in to reinforce. And then they reduced on the number of the policemen who were at this very residence guarding it. And then the locals who stay nearby, we've also been informed that those who had cameras just near this very residence were told that the cameras should not face into the road. They are supposed to face their residence to avoid capturing whatever was happening in the surrounding areas of this very residence of Robert Kyagulanyi here in Magere. And also been informed that some of the houses nearby have been occupied or were being rented by some of the security operatives, like one which is just about less than 100 meters away from here. It's one house that has been occupied by one of the detectives from police. And according to what we have sourced, is that they left before midday. The last contingent of the soldiers or the security personnel who were here left. But the withdrawal started yesterday night with the army withdrawing from this very place. We are now going to take you behind to show you what has been happening. Behind there is a structure which is unfinished, and there was someone who was taking care of that very structure. And according to the information that we have, is that the policemen and soldiers were the ones staying in that very building. There was no any provision of the windows. They are the ones who allegedly put them there. But this structure was used as one way of surveying what was taking place inside Kyagulanyi's residence, especially in the compound. We have been informed that one of the balconies, or almost each of the balconies, was accommodating about 4 policemen, all watching just right opposite the residence of Robert Kyagulanyi. And they would monitor whatever is taking place in the compound. When you look around, we've been told by the locals here that there were no paths going through this very garden that belongs to someone else who is a neighbor to the former NUP presidential candidate. And when you look here, you see that there has been serious activity going on here. We have been told that there were tents of some of the policemen and soldiers that were pitched around this very jackfruit tree under it. And also on this side where there is a guava tree, there were tents here. We have been told that this whole area, it was a no-go area in case if you are not allowed to go through here. It doesn't matter whether you own a property within, we have been informed that not everyone would have access. You can see also on this side, this was a makeshift kind of mat where a tent was pitched. And when you look down here, there is barely any grass, meaning there was serious activity and movement of the boots on the ground. And also same situation here, almost this entire plot behind the residence of Robert Kyagulanyi. And then we have also been informed that even the workers who were inside, in case you wanted to step out and go to the garden, which is some yards away from where we are speaking from, you would be escorted by someone in plain clothes. And the moment he reaches, he finds when they are already men in uniform and armed. And they would wait for you, you do whatever you have to do until you're done and you go back inside. Those are the workers of Robert Kyagulanyi who were staying in the residence even after the police and the army raided it. So therefore there have been restricted movement of the people who live at his residence. And of course, we have also been informed that in case they wanted to also go and buy, let's say, food items in the center, they were not allowed to go greeting people. The moment you greet someone along the way, they would target that very person. You are only allowed to move out with someone from security in plain clothes who would wait for you to finish whatever you're doing and get back inside. No talking or interaction with the residents or neighbors within. Whether you know them or not, that was not allowed. And then also when you still look on this side, up to the wall, it's very vividly clear that this place has been occupied. And then whatever was taking place inside, there were men in uniform just inside the compound. And then surrounding this whole place, according to the information that we have, that there were over 50 soldiers and policemen who were guarding this very residence. It's not clear if they will come back or not, but for now, it's a sigh of relief to the people who have been staying inside. For the first time, they're able to walk out without any interruption or any restrictions. Sudhir Byaruhanga, NTV, Magere.